3 years have passed since the first Battle of Storax. The Imperium of Man has fought to a bloody stalemate against the remnants of the Tyranid Hive fleet Abyss. While the Tau encourages the population to rebel against Imperial rule, a mysterious cult worshipping the Great Father has appeared. Shazo Safa of the Kauyon M'yen'ka was approached by a human-guised Tyranid entity calling itself Janus. Far from a mindless beast, this emissary spoke of its desire to remove the Imperium from the Storax system. After much debate, the Tau agreed in a joint assault on Storax under the condition that the world was left to the Tau afterward. Meanwhile, the Chaos faction, the children of Oman Ra, began to experience strange visions. Magus Zar the Mad interpreted them as a sign from Tzeentch and proclaimed that the time had come to make another attempt to reclaim the Golden Helm of Oman Ra. The Renegade Astartes were approached by Janus as well and agreed to lend their support to the coming war. They then contacted the Ork warlord Volgrim Ub Gulbad, seeking revenge on the planet that defied him 3 years ago. Volgrim committed all of his newly rebuilt force to the invasion. Farseer Lilithe of the Alaitoc craft world foresaw the plans of Janus, Zar, and Safa. Storax had once been an Eldar world. As a result, there were several active whipway gates that could threaten their craft world should they fall to enemy hands. In order to buy time to close the gates, the Eldar offered a truce to the Imperial leadership of Storax. Heeding the warnings, Captain Orlando of the Imperial Fists redoubled his efforts to prepare for war. Once more, the skies of Storax filled with rocks, spores, and landing craft. Again, there would be no peace amongst the stars.
And welcome. My name is James Cox, and in our lovely Apocalypse game today, I'll be commanding the Orks, Chaos Space Marines, and Chaos Demons contingent. Don't really have any big surprises in terms of what I'm fielding. I'm sure the highlight will be the Stompa, which I fully expect to go down in the first turn, but not before it at least does something, I hope. I suppose the other big plan that we have is planning on taking the Mirage of Tzeentch strategic asset, which will allow me to use Stefan's Titan to fire on his own side. What we're doing, actually, you may think this is a bit of a cruel move, but you see, what we're doing is Stefan had expressed to us the desire to fire that thing on Mackenzie, and so we're the people that make dreams happen. I mean, it's like Stefan, when we play it, I'll tell Stefan, you're next up on the Make-A-Wish Foundation list. It's where the magic happens. So, that's the plan. Other than that, we're going to play it by ear, and it's going to be rad. I don't know why I would say that, but anyway, it's time to regulate. Let's go. Woo.
Hello, my name is Shaughn Cameron. And for today's Apocalypse battle, I'll be deploying an army of Tyranids and Necrons. My goal for this game is to provide a bit more finesse to the rules than I did previously. I think with the level of preparation we've put into this, we can compensate for the fact that we don't have any real surprises to speak of compared to last year. But we're pretty optimistic for this, and hopefully it will go pretty well. And if not, I'll be making good use of the quantities of alcohol below us.
Hello, my name is Brenden Cameron. I'm going to be fielding a Tau army today. If you recall in the last battle, I was allied with Mackenzie, and this time I am against him on the opposite team, with Nids and Orks, and that makes complete, total sense. Today's battle it'll be interesting. I think it's been previously stated that, unlike last battle, there aren't as many surprises on our side going around, and that's the same for me. Nothing big, at least. I don't know exactly what they're going to throw at us. I'm concerned, but I believe, though, the one thing we can count on this time is a much stronger, more solid tactical plan. I think that, especially myself, I'm certain, absolutely certain, that I've carefully planned this well enough that regardless of what Mackenzie and Stefan decide to throw at us, I am certain that I can claim victory. And I see this being a battle where, you know, there's a lot of troops involved, of course, but it's those small few, you know, who really make the difference. And I admit I am obviously the smallest of all the forces. I am ungodly outnumbered on every single side by both my allies and my enemies. I mean, it's pretty bad. But I think that at the end of the day, you'll be seeing that we'll be making the difference. It'll be what counts.
Traitors, every single one of them. Tower on our side. Why do they switch over? What, so is the whole draw thing not good enough anymore? They want to savor some chance of victory? I'll have to show them. I'll have to show them all. At least the Eldar had the good sense to come to the right side for a change. But no, trust me, I got my own allies. In my little foul, dark mood. People that they thought were gone, but now they're back. And I'm sure that will be a very nice surprise coming up. But don't worry about the rest of them. Don't get their just desserts.
Hi, I'm Stefan Orlinski. I'm fielding Eldar and also some Chaos Space Marines, but that's more for surprise for James because he plays Chaos and it's new. I'll be using Slaanesh for my Chaos Marines there, but yeah, that should be really fun. Chaos Space Marines coming in. No one knows I have them except for Mackenzie, who is my partner with the Marines and the Imperial Guard. Should be awesome. My goal, I have to put down that Hierophant, that Tyranid Hierophant, and I'm hoping to do it in one turn. I'm hoping to bombard him with my Revenant Titan and all my Rangers, Snipers, Bright Lances, everything I possibly can into that thing. If I can put it down in one turn, I'd probably be pretty happy for the game, because that's a beast. And then next on that target list would be James's Stompa. They're both going to fall, and my Titan's going to do the hoorah for the good of the Eldar. Because, yeah, Space Elves rock.